Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this. Today we are back with Fortnite and Star Wars news. So we'll start off with Star Wars news because that is the most important, I believe. And then we'll get on to the Fortnite bit afterwards. So there is chapters down below for a change. So if you only want to listen to the Star Wars one, listen to the end of this chapter. If you want to listen to the Fortnite one and not the Star Wars one, then skip to the Fortnite bit. If you want to watch all of it, then the chapters don't really apply to you. But anyway. So, first things first, yes, we're in a bit of a different setup. As you can see, it's dark, because we're in the winter. So, yes, this light here is very annoying. It is annoying me too, as it is shining straight into my eye. But we'll have to deal with it. But anyway, Star Wars news. So, the Book of Boba Fett trailer has been, or the first trailer, has been released. And in that trailer was really shown a little bit about what it's going to be. So, what it's going to be is showing Boba Fett on his travels, trying to be the leader of crime organisations. Now, as explicitly said by Boba Fett, he doesn't want to rule like Jabba did, where he scares people. He wants to rule by respect, yet still have that fear against him. So he's still going to be a fearful leader, but not as much of a massive entity as such as Jabba was, where he was like, if you do it wrong, you're getting killed. He'd probably just shoot them in the face instead of feeding them to a beast. But, you know, it's Boba Fett, so it's fun. Now, we did hear it. We don't know the actors in the trailer, obviously. It's a trailer. But one of the scenes, it did sound like I can't remember the name of the species, but one of the animals that Boba Fett was talking to, he said, I know you sit in the chair of or the throne of your former employer. Now the voice of that very much sounds like Pedro Pascal. Now this could either be one, Pedro Pascal, who is the person who plays Din Djarin or the Mandalorian in The Mandalorian. It could mean that one, he's just playing a different character. Or it could mean that two, Din Djarin is actually going to be in the Book of Boba Fett, which is highly likely. But he may either be against what Boba Fett is doing, or he may be trying to help and say, we know you're here, we want to help. I don't know, obviously. It could just be any of them. It might not even be Pedro Pascal. It may have just sounded a bit like him, but I'm not the only person who thinks this. Now, other than that, it does have the vibes of the season 1 of The Mandalorian, with the Western style theme. I quite like this. It's a bit of a different take on Star Wars. Obviously, we've seen it before, but it's still quite new to us. It's only 2019 when we saw this. And it was quite good. So, yes, that may be back. And that may be a thing. It may not be. But all we know is that Boba Fett, we already knew was going to rule over where Jabba's palace was. But we know that he is going to be an entity and getting crime organisations back together now. And we also saw someone who looked similar to someone in Crimson Dawn. So does that mean that Maul's appearance is going to show in the show? Potentially. We haven't seen Maul since Solo, really. Unless you count, obviously, I believe Rebels had ended by the time Solo came out. But if you count canonically, in terms of order, Solo was the last time we saw him before he got killed. And that was in the height of Crimson Dawn. Obviously, we last saw him in terms of picture, Clone Wars Season 7, when he was creating Crimson Dawn. But anyway, enough Star Wars news. That's all I've got to say on that. We're going on to Fortnite. So this season is coming out to be a bit different to what we thought. Now, Chapter 3 is highly likely to be the next chapter. So, obviously, that makes sense. But it could be the next season, I meant to say. Now, why is this? Well, if you have not been watching other people's content, for example, Ali A, Tabor Hill, Cypher PK, etc., pretty much everyone who has a YouTube channel and does Fortnite has said about Chapter 3 being the next season. Now, I personally believe it because there have been files about the next season being that of Chapter 3. We don't know for sure, obviously, it's just speculation and theories, but it's highly likely. Now, one of these reasons is because this is a war season. Now, we had that in Season 2, but obviously that was way too close to the start. But also, there are so many other points. For for example, everything is hinting towards the end of a chapter, or something's going to be destroyed, or whatever. So there's a lot of issues, or not issues, but hints towards chapter 3 being the next season, but obviously we do not know for certain. Now about this season, I'm enjoying it a lot so far. The war effort is very fun, how we're choosing what weapons come in the game. Now, it is confirmed, basically. It's like 95% confirmed. So if I am wrong, then that is the 5%. So I think I've covered my back a bit here. But it's 95% confirmed that mechs will be returning in the season. Now, if you are an OG player or been playing for like 2 and a bit years, you know the mechs were a thing in that of Season X that made a lot of people want to quit. Understandably. Now, they might be returning, but is that an issue or not? Well, personally, I quit Fortnite in Season X because of the mechs. They were just that bad that I just couldn't play myself. And I returned, but yeah, I did quit. But what is this going to affect now? Well, not that much, because back in the day we weren't really that good. Let's face it. We couldn't really build that well. We just weren't very good in general. Now, that may mean that now we will be going to a time where we will be able to build against the mechs. Possibly not the mechs that we had in Season X, because they were very powerful. But mechs have improved a lot. Or not improved, but being nerfed a lot, to where it would be a lot easier to defend against them. So it stands a chance that yes, we will be able to combat against them. So it's not going to be too bad of an issue. So there is a lot of speculation that mechs will be returning, and I personally do think they will. They'll be similar to like the turrets, but it's all speculation. But anyway, thank you for guys watching. If you have enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.